What
What's
up,
up,
man?
bro? How are you?
Oh, I'm all right. How you doing?
Hey, trying to make it through this crazy time we're in. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, brother. I understand. It's wild out here.
Yeah. I want to ask you, like, first, like, this whole, well, hold on, you're in Atlanta?
Yeah, yeah. I'm in Atlanta right now.
So I know, well, quarantine, these are out of quarantine, but it's still not right, but people are still
Yeah,
out and doing stuff. But, like,
yeah.
how's it been, though, just from the beginning of March to now for you? Like, how was it for, like, a shock for you? Because, you're in the music business. It's what you do. So,
Yeah, so
shows
like
and
the
whatnot.
weekend that it started, we were actually I was coming back from Myrtle Beach, me, my manager, and a few other people had done a
Yeah.
show, and then when we got back in Georgia, it was like nobody can go outside. So it was definitely a shock. I had like 20 high school proms. They had booked me to come out and do some stuff,
Yeah.
I love going to the schools because, giving back and doing everything,
Hmm.
definitely promoting education. But yeah, no, it was a shock, at least for the first month, which
Yeah.
is wild to say, for the first month. But yeah, for the first
Exact.
month,
Yeah.
it was wild. But we ended up catching a groove, and we were able to, you know, uh, make sure. Okay, well, it's been a month and a half. Everybody's feeling okay, so we
Yeah.
allowed like a limited number of people to come back into the studio, so we can actually get in and start back creating and stuff. But it was terrible, to say the least.
Well, do you think like now it's kind of a little better, I guess, in a way of at least like you said. Now, I mean, like getting together back with more people again. Not
Yeah,
saying it's perfect, but like we have a better understanding. Do
yeah,
you think like after the first month, like you said, because the first month I think everyone was in cahoots, everyone was going a
yeah.
little crazy. Do you think it was a positive or a negative for you? Would you say?
For me, it was a lot of positives came out of it for me. Let me say that.
Yeah.
Just personally, but definitely with my career, like I was able to record more records. Actually found time to like fall back in love with music. Like I had gotten to the point where like
Yeah.
I stopped listening to songs because I was just analyzing, like knowing a lot of the songwriters or the producers or people that worked behind the scenes or the videographers or the people that may have directed their
Mm-hmm.
videos. I would listen to it and I'm just like analyzing instead of like
Uh,
actually enjoying music. So I will say it got me to a place where I'm like, you know what, let me just clear everything because at the end of the day, it's about the music. Like it's
yeah.
about my love for music. It's about the gift. It's about me wanting to make timeless music that makes people like remember exactly where they were when they hear a song. So I was able to like center myself and get back to like my true love for just hearing songs.
Yeah, that's super dope. And I want to bring it all the way back. So childhood.
Hmm.
Like, what age did you know you wanted to get in this industry and take it seriously? Because a lot of people in this world could sing, but
Yeah.
never take it seriously. It's just a hobby of theirs.
I feel like I always knew I wanted to do something kind of on a grander scale, something really
Yeah.
kind of big. Singing was always a passion. It's crazy because I really sang gospel music like from a child all the way to college.
Uh
So it
huh.
wasn't until I got with my manager that I got to a point to where I was like, oh, this is something that's actually like I can probably actually
Yeah.
do this. So, but yeah, growing up like small town and singing in church, it was kind of like one of those, all right, it's far
Yeah.
fetched, maybe that's some stuff you see on TV, but it got to a point probably when I met my manager Anthony Cleo and got with Loud and Clear Entertainment that I was able to like really give it give it what I can. You know what I'm saying? Like give
Yeah.
it a try and be like, all right,
Definitely.
well, let me, maybe I think I can swing this right here.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to ask you too, like your family. What do
Hmm.
they think? Because every parent wants you to be, a lawyer, a doctor,
Yeah,
something where you got a BA 100% behind you and you're, guaranteed cash because,
yeah.
anything in the industry, it's a beast. It's rough. I mean, it's
It could happen or
cutthroat.
it could not happen. It's it's,
Yeah.
it's up and down. Yeah.
But how
Um,
do they think? What do they think?
man,
Yeah.
my parents are so nonchalant and chill. Like they just like they're like, oh, you with who? Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, I heard your song on the radio. Oh, that's nice. But I think they've always seen my drive,
Yeah.
so they've been supportive. And they're definitely at the point like they're at the point of like whatever you do, they're 100% behind. Not just my parents, but my whole family in general. Like definitely being on the show was a monumental thing, not just for me, but anybody that's ever been in my life and around me. Because like I've literally been on this journey since I started singing as a child. So
Yeah,
for them, it's everybody's. I'm happy that everybody feels like, wow, like I've watched you from this and this and this, and I've helped you with this. I'm happy that people feel like it's also their success because I can't do it by myself. So
yeah,
anybody that's ever
definitely.
helped me or contributed to something, like it's definitely a blessing for them to feel like they're really a part of it. But my parents, they don't care. and
I know
they're
how you
proud. They
feel.
are very proud, but they're
Yeah,
just like, that's cool.
exactly. That's how mine are too. They're like they don't fully grasp it, I guess, because they're not in it. So they don't,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's not like we come from like families that we're all in the music or entertainment industry. So I think it's
yeah.
different for people like that. But growing up, who influenced you a lot, like music wise? Who
Um,
really got you?
so I didn't come from like a musical family. Like there's no like talent driven people
Yeah.
in my family. But my dad always played Prince, Purple Rain.
Okay.
Every Sunday morning. It's only like we clean throughout the week, but Sunday was like his day. He's gonna cook breakfast. He's gonna clean the house, wake me and my sister up with a cold rag on our face. Like if you can stay up all night, you can get up. And he'll be blasting Prince. And then we loved NHRA drag racing. And he would always play Calvin Richardson
Oh
on the
yeah.
way. So those two are like two of my strongest. And getting a little older, Miguel, Anthony Hamilton, I definitely fell in
Okay.
love with their sound. So those are probably like my biggest music influences, I would say.
Dope, dope. Yeah, and it's great, like you said, you're in, Atlanta, which is I feel like it's a bigger market than Chicago today,
Hmm.
because that's where so much goes down, I feel, in Atlanta. Like
Yeah,
Atlanta, music wise,
it's
reality show
definitely
wise,
the
it's the
scene is
mecca.
definitely alive out here. Like there's a lot of
Yeah,
opportunity for collaboration. There's a lot of dope creators out here. There's a lot of people that are like interested in actually working with other people. So the vibe out here, I definitely say, is definitely one for if you're creative. It's definitely the place, one of the dope places to be
yeah,
because there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of space to create and a lot of opportunity to just kind of make your own thing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, definitely. Like, would you ever leave Atlanta? Would you say, or would you
Yes,
always
I
want
would.
to? You,
I have been playing with the idea of moving to California.
I
I
just
would
moved
love
back
to. We just moved back. I love
from
California.
LA.
I really
I,
do.
I like it.
I
Yeah.
spent 2018 there, so it was as one of the. I thought I wanted to live in New York, but I hate the cold, so I was like, that's not gonna work for me.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah, you good in LA. Yeah, you
yeah, no, the weather's amazing. I love the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a nice place, but Atlanta is definitely it definitely has my heart.
dope, dope. Well, yeah, you've been busy this year, like you said. I know you're doing in the beginning, doing shows and creating more music, but already you dropped 3 singles this year.
Yeah,
Like you working and you're about. Well, first we'll start with the singles. You had Pull Up, you had My Baby, you had
mhm.
Black Man Now. And one dope thing I really like is you are, as well as your EP. What is it? Choir R&B.
R&B,
Choir
yeah,
R&B. Like you're incorporating what's going on.
yeah,
With the protests with Black Man, and then with core R&B with the quarantine. Like, was that
yeah.
important for you to really dive into what's happening in the world because it's definitely once in a lifetime right now.
Yeah, I feel like um culture drives music. Like
Yeah,
things that are happening, that is the driving factor to me for music. That's like when people say, "Oh, R&B is dead." I'm like, "No, times
no,
are
definitely
changing."
not.
So the
Yeah,
music is changing with the times. So top of the year, we were definitely I had an EP that was gonna drop. But the quarantine happened. So it was like let's dial it back, let's refocus and let's make sure that we're not doing anything, out of impulse, and we just want to make sure we're doing stuff right. So I
yeah.
was like, you know what? Let's create some songs. Let's release the songs I created while we were in quarantine. But then we had the unfortunate events going on with just racial injustice and
Mm-hmm.
all that very overwhelming topic of
Yeah.
things. And the song Black Man, it's a record we've had for some time, and I was like, I think this is the time for the song to come out because my biggest thing is like I really got to the point where I was like, I'm overwhelmed with information and what's going on, and I don't have the words. And
Yeah.
protesting, I'm happy that things are changing and people are seeing a change. But the best thing I've heard is that music has the power to connect us all and has the power to
Mm-hmm.
express and make people feel. So I was like, if nothing else, I don't know what the right thing to say is, but I know if I
Yeah.
lay my heart out, then I'm gonna use my platform to do that. So for me, it was just an opportunity really for me to be like, it really is hard out here for a black man. You know,
Yeah,
it's and of people of color, it's a very hard time right now. And you know, last night out here in Atlanta, another black man was actually shot by a police officer, an unarmed black man that was sleeping in his car at
yeah,
Wendy's. And this is a Wendy's I frequent. I have friends that stay up the street
crazy.
from it, so you know, it's close to home. There's stuff that I've been dealing with in my own small city when it comes to that. You know, dealing with neighbors, police
Mm-hmm.
department, like actually having a gun pulled on me by both neighbors to the front and to the front on the right side of me and my family. So it's rough. So, you know, definitely making sure that things are not only that I'm staying in the time, but also making sure that I'm being sensitive to what's going on and making sure that I'm using my platform. You know, for me, it's a gift from God. So I want to make sure that I'm
Yeah,
using the platform the best way that I know how and giving back the way that I can.
dope, dope. Yeah, and what I really liked, the three songs you dropped were all so different. They weren't
Yeah,
just like, a turn up song. Like all turn up songs are all
yeah,
like, about a woman, or, they were all different meanings and really important meanings. Like, was it
yeah.
important for you to have like a very verse, not like you said, it's R&B, but it's different types of R&B.
Yeah. So my thing, like, people try to put artists in a box,
Yeah,
and
so much.
I say, and I like to describe it as like I'm a Gemini, and not even just being a Gemini,
Me
I'm a
too.
human. So
Me
there's
too. I know what you're
okay, shout
saying.
out to you, Gemini season is
Yeah.
in full effect right now. My birthday's
Yes.
actually Tuesday,
Oh,
but
mine was just this past Wednesday.
happy
So
belated birthday
yeah,
to you. Happy belated
happy
birthday.
pre-birthday.
But I say that to say, you know, like how they say Geminis have different sides. It's just like as humans, we
hmm
have different emotions, and as an artist, I have different emotions, I have different feelings, and you know, some days I might want to ride down the street, let the windows down, and think hard and play something soft, or
Yeah.
you know, something that makes you, you know, feel. Or some days it's like, you know, it's the weekend. I wanna go and sit on the balcony with some of my friends and you know, play something that can turn us up. You know, I got records like I go to lounges, I go to bars, you know what I'm saying? I hang
Yeah.
out sometimes, and for at a club, I'm like, I need a song that can rock in
Yeah.
the club, or I need a
Uh-huh.
song. I do a lot of high school performances. I need something that's gonna get that generation live. So for me, it's you know, you have to be able to insert yourself in who you are, um, but also be able to do different things. So it's not just about oh, I'm doing you want to do something that's so out of the box. It's like nah, like you're gonna hear me on every record, and I
Yeah.
make sure that you know if I'm like nah, this is how I feel. This is I love this. You know, it's not oh I'm not radio chasing, I'm not club chasing. No, like I'm gonna create a record that can live in
Yeah.
space, but it's still gonna have to be me at all times because you know I'm not. If anything I've learned with this journey is that I can't be nobody else other than myself. Like
Yep.
as an artist and also as a creative or entrepreneur, when you try to put on the hat of somebody else, it does not work ever. Like even if you
Yep.
can get away with it, over time it's gonna wear you down. It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's a
show.
one
It's gonna
hot minute and then it's
exactly. It's gonna come out. So I just feel like, you know, at the end of the day, even if, you know, I've had great opportunities, I'm like, that's just not me. It's just not I would love it, but that's just not my song. Love the
yeah,
song, but it's just not mine.
exactly. No, that's I appreciate you for that because so many people, jump on the bandwagon
Yeah.
automatically and ride it out till that type of music, I guess, or that type of
Yeah.
song kind of dries out and then they're kind of forgotten about. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
definitely.
unfortunate with some artists. But like I think your last EP was 2000, was it 16?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
So it's been a minute. Like so, like you said, you put a halt on your EP because the times were what's going on,
Yeah,
which I appreciate you for that because I feel like it's just a good thing. Everyone
yeah.
just kind of took a break from everything for a second. But when you knew you were gonna put a halt on it, did you make any changes? Did you add some songs, take some songs off, add some new songs?
Um, yeah, we've added
Yeah,
some records. I've definitely removed some records. So yeah, no,
yeah,
I was about to say no, no. It's not, I'm like no, wait, no, no. It's not totally different, but we did
yeah,
remove some records and we did add some records. Just because you know it felt right. You know what I'm saying? I feel
yeah.
like a lot of those will still come out maybe at a different time. But yeah, we definitely removed some songs. Not many. Maybe we probably only removed two records.
Okay,
And we've replaced it with maybe three. And I'm trying to stop there because I'm like,
okay.
it's about to turn into an album. It's not going to be an EP anymore. Like it's right there at an album. So I'm like, you know, let's try to cap it. But I'm very happy to be in a space to where, we're able to create and actually start loving the records and having fun with them. Like with my last project dropping in 2016 to now, like so much has happened, so much has
Yeah.
changed. I've learned myself as an artist. I've learned my voice. I've learned, what I really what I stand for and what I want to do, what I won't do.
Hmm.
So it's, and then so we took off 2016. We worked all 17. Is when we really found a groove when it came to,
Yeah.
establishing my sound. In 2018, like I said, I spent that summer and that year in California. Did the show with the 4 on Fox and recorded with a bunch of different labels and entertained a bunch of different things. 2019, I actually ended up having surgery. I had my tonsils taken out, but
Oh,
they
dang.
nicked an artery in my neck, and it had to redo half the procedure, like like what things called like cauterizing your throat, where they like burn, freeze, or whatever. But that changed my voice so much. Like
Yeah.
it changed my voice completely. So I spent another maybe really like 6 months really trying to figure out how am I going to use this. Like my instrument
Yeah.
is different, but it was a blessing in disguise. Like it changed things for the better for me. So I'm really happy with my time. And I say that
Yeah.
because I always fight time, but I'm always telling people like, listen, if I've learned nothing, you gotta when it's your time, it's your time. A blessing too soon will be a curse,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
you have to be prepared. And but when it's your time, it really is your time. So I'm happy with the way that things have gone. God has been really good, and everybody's been showing a whole lot of love. Like I said, people feel like they're a part of the journey because they
Hmm.
are.
Yeah.
So it's great. I
It's
love it.
yeah. I want to tell you too. Like your last year, somebody it's still doing over 10 million
Yeah,
streams.
it's
Like,
doing very well for me. That actually opened a lot of doors. Performing at Can We Talk? I had performed it a couple like maybe like a year before the show aired.
okay.
I did Apollo Theater 3 times. And just singing, adding it to my set. I was singing it, singing it, singing it. So when I got on
Yeah.
the show and did it, they was like, "Do a cover." I'm like, "Nah, I've been singing
No.
this for 2 years. Like, I think it's time now that we actually, put some of my
Yeah.
own sauce on it." So for it to be received the way that it is, like, it's been amazing. And one of my biggest like people talk about success, like, well, how do you when do you feel successful? One of my markers is like riding down the street and hearing somebody playing my song, like
Right
in the
next to you.
car or
Yeah.
being at somebody's house, and I'm like, yo, that's my
Yeah.
man. Like they playing my song, like we just out here in the
Yeah.
world and somebody's playing what I created. So those are that I would say that was the first record that really gave me that when the music lives in the world and people
Yeah.
start putting it in their YouTube videos or just making car videos when they're playing a song. I'm like, this is what for me what I want people to love, feel, bring the
Hmm.
music into your house, bring it into your heart, put it into your everyday. And I don't want to have to promote it to you. I want you to be like, I love
Hmm.
this, so I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna post it. Like that's like the highest honor I can receive right now. Like I love it. It humbles me every time.
Yeah.
Can't
And
it
like
will
you
never get
said,
old.
that's awesome that you say that because I feel like more people need to know that, especially younger kids. Like,
Yeah,
don't just like a song because it's on the radio constantly and like you choose to like it. Like a song
yeah,
the first time you hear it because you genuinely like it. Like, regardless if it's the number one artist in the world or a newer artist or in the middle
yeah,
artist, like a song is a song. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
So many people clout chase and it's just like, man,
But
like
those
it's
people burn out
music.
quick. They burn out pretty quick, and I'm not gonna say that it's not that I'm happy about it, but I feel like the respect to actual artists is being
Yeah.
it's coming back full circle because I felt like anyone with a following, they're like, oh, I'm an artist now.
Yo.
I don't know what happened. It
Yeah.
just
Hey,
it
it's
literally
IG
paused
live.
midway. Yeah, it
It
paused
happens.
midway.
We good.
But no,
No.
I was just saying, people that I felt like the title of an artist or it was as for lack of better words, I feel like it was kind of being watered down because it wasn't being respected anymore. I feel like
Yeah.
people, Albert, I was like, just kind of using it willy nilly. It was like, it's really just say I'm an influencer and I like music. Versus there's in the music industry, what I have learned, and I've heard a couple people say it took me some time to realize. It took me some years to really, really realize it, but the music part, the talent part is literally 10%. It's 90%
Yeah,
everything else. And that's why a lot of people are burning out so quick, because
which is sad in a way.
it's so sad. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's not just about what it's how you treat people. It's
Mm-hmm.
do you work well with others? What's your work ethic? Do you get online and make problematic statements? Do you not understand that, my biggest thing is, like I said, when I get on stage, they were like, my team's like, well, how do you feel? I'm like, well, how do y'all feel? Because I'm gonna have a good time. I'm
Yeah,
gonna make sure I have a good
regardless.
time, because I've learned if I have a good time, everybody else does. But it's not just about me. It's about the choreographer. It's about management. It's about the producer. Like, did I represent us as a team well? Because there's a lot of people that are making career moves based off of what decisions I make as a person. So I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of I'm back. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Am I good?
hello?
Am I good? I'm here. Am I good?
Oh, we good. Yeah, you good.
Got you. There was
Okay. Yeah,
someone
yeah, we're good.
online recently. They were just they were just kind of downing like the people 9 to 5s, and it's just like you can't become successful and then feel like you can just start bashing
Yeah,
people. Like
a nine to five.
that's terrible. And first off, it's almost like everybody people are entrepreneurs in their own right. Like what someone
Yeah.
does, and having a 9 to 5, you don't know what they do outside of that. And also, that's their career field. Like people go to college and have a 9 to 5. Like you can be a lawyer and have like that. You're taking that title and trying to use it as a
Mm-hmm.
negative, and it's just not a negative. But you know, you're an artist.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's you have to respect people, man. And it's so much. It's not just about making music and having followers. Like if you can't, I don't even know. It's
No,
it's so hard to put into words. I'm trying to say
no,
it
it
very
is. It's a
nicely. You know what I'm
lot.
saying? I'm like you can't be like that to people, especially not the fact that like I don't even like calling people fans, because I feel like it puts up a barrier between us.
Triple almost like,
Yeah, and I'm just like I was like I'm like the cousin you just met for the first time. I say that because I still have cousins I'm still meeting. Like I have a lot of family.
yeah.
And my grandmother's like, you got family out there. I'm like, listen, those people are not my family right now. I don't know them yet. When I meet them, then I can say, hey,
That was
cousin, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, the love I received, I get so much love from strangers that I meet for the first time versus people I've known my whole life. And I'm like,
they're your bigger fans than your own family and friends.
exactly. So I'm like,
It's
I'm not
crazy.
I'm not gonna call them, fans, but it's like my family, it's extended family. I'm like, I'm your cousin. Let's just put it that way. Like, so it's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to ask you too, like, you know, what's one thing you've learned so far in this industry? Because, everyone wants to get in this industry regardless if it's a singer, reality star, actor, quote unquote, IG model. Uh,
Mhm.
and they think it's the glitz and glam, but they don't realize it's a
it's
beast. Like it's
it's
100 no's and maybe a half yes,
you
if
have
that.
to love the blood, sweat, and tears. I
Yeah.
think Janet Jackson said that. It's like, and I've had to learn, like, it'll scar you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
sometimes my team will just be like, all right, y'all, let's kind of take a week, because like you said, I have 100 no's.
Yeah.
100 no's. And it's like, you work hard just for that one yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's even with me making it to a TV show, that's probably almost 10 years of me pursuing that sort of platform on that level. So I'm like,
Yeah.
and it had to get to the point with me. For everything, it's a spiritual journey for me, because I feel like what I do is my God given ministry. It's
Mm-hmm.
not gospel, but that's what I feel it is. And I was like, you know what, God, I've turned down a lot of TV shows. I've been declined from a lot of TV shows.
Yeah.
But the next opportunity you send me, I'm gonna say yes on my part as much as I can.
Yeah.
and and it ended up being like the perfect situation for me, from my background, and having opened for Puff and performed at the Revolt conference, like
Yeah.
be on his show, and then what it has done for me with the song, with remaking Can We Talk, like it for me, it was divine. It was supposed to happen. So I just feel like if you tap into like your purpose and everything, like
Mm-hmm.
things Now things will get very gray when you tap
Yeah,
into your purpose, but if I've learned anything over just this time, it's been, it's about timing and doing things
yeah,
at the right time.
dope, dope. And I want to talk to you about, music wise, song wise. What's
Mhm.
your process like? How do you
It's
start a
it's
song?
different for every song. It's really
Okay.
different for every song. Like a lot of times, if I get a producer sends me a track, I like to ride around and listen to it. I'll put my headphones on,
Yeah.
walk around the mall because, like I said, I want to make sure the music can live in the world. I want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure if I'm going somewhere, like it's really a psychology. Like there's certain songs that if I'm driving and listening to them, I could miss my turn because it's making me think.
Yeah.
Or if I'm sitting in my bedroom and it's late at night, I'll play it and I'm like, does this take me anywhere? Okay, if the track can't take me, then what can I do vocally or lyrically that can take a person somewhere? So, sometimes somebody might send a hook or a verse idea.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll create from scratch, and I like just have a lot of conversation. I'm like, it's maybe usually like three or four people in a room at a time.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. Sometimes it's just me and my producer and songwriter partner, the son Joseph, and I'm like, what are you going through? Like, what
Yeah.
happened? Like, how was your day? What happened this week? Tell me something that has shook you up in the past month, like, or
Yeah.
what shook you up in the past 2 or 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of take that topic and or whatever that experience is, and put that into words. Like I called him one time. I was like, I know this sounds crazy, and it's early in the morning. I was like, but if your heart made a sound, what sound would that make? I need you to send me something via guitar,
Yeah.
and just I don't no direction, just let me hear what you feel that would sound like.
Yeah.
And he sent it back, and I was like, that's it's a really weird conversation because we'll be in the booth, and I'm like, can you change the and just it's and he'll be like,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm like, okay, thank you, because I can't find the words
I
for it.
can't I can't explain it, but
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's the process is different every time. Like I don't like for it to be set. I'm a very spontaneous person, and I like problem solving. So I like to make sure things are different. I'm not opposed to like, if I stumble upon the formula that's like I can sit there
Yeah.
and but I'm like, let's I don't want to be in the studio today. Like let's
I
take
was
what we
saying I'm
can.
happy you said that though. I'm happy you saying this because I've had so many artists and they're always like a perfect and I'm like, it can't be like that every time. There's no way.
Just not a perfect process. It's so far
Yeah.
from perfect that it actually concerns me sometimes. I'm like, there has to be a better way to do this. But I don't know. I think every person is different. Every artist is different. Any
Yeah.
creative is different. And I feel like what works for me is shaking up the environment. Sometimes getting new people, hearing new sounds, being in different places. I have songs I've sat with for 2 years now. That coming
Dang.
back I couldn't be who I was, that I couldn't be what the song needed to be. I had to go through some stuff and get some time under
Yeah.
my belt and some life experiences and some hurt and some pain and some excitement and everything else. And now those records, it's like,
Yeah. It all makes
I
sense
can
now. It
exactly.
all
I can
comes
embody this
together.
song now. Yeah, that's it. So it's
Yeah,
it's
and
it's
it's crazy you say that too because like I feel so many artists sometimes release music like you said prematurely and it's like almost ahead of their time where people
hmm
don't get it
definitely.
and then you listen to some stuff later and you're like, "Dang, that was dope," but the public didn't understand it.
It's a fine line of going right over people's head. That's like I
That's
stress
how I
it.
think
Like
of
I
Diddy's
know.
stuff. Diddy's what was the last he did with Don Richard and
hmm
what was it, the Dirty Money. I thought
Yeah,
that was like almost ahead of its time. People
yeah,
didn't appreciate it, and I
yeah,
thought it was one of the most dopest stuff. So
yeah.
it's crazy you say that.
It's a fine line, and I know I get on everybody's nerves that work with me. I'm just like y'all, like I'm a stress it till I die. Like I really am. Like, but there's like that 0.1% that could make people not connect with a song.
Yeah,
Them not connecting can be like, I think TikTok has kind of proven the point because I stress it to my manager all the time. And it's just like, you see, they only chose 15 seconds of this song.
yeah,
Why is it? It's that one 15-second part of that record that made the world go crazy.
yeah.
And it could be that
Just
same
nuts.
15 seconds that could make them be like, we hate this song. We don't even want to hear this song before. So I'm like, I'm so intentional to everything. I'm like, no, move that ad lib a little bit to the left because it's if the beat is riding like this and the ad lib makes you glitch, you're like, okay,
Oh
now you're
yeah,
out of
yeah,
the moment and you change the radio. And I'm just like, see, it happens to
yeah.
me too often. And I'm like, I feel I represent a body of people in the world. So if I do it, like even sometimes if the intro is too long, I'm like, what is
Go,
going
go.
on? Like, say
Yeah,
something, breathe, do
I know
anything.
exactly what you're talking about. There's been so many great songs where it's either the bridge or, like you said, the ad lib, or that intro's way too long. Like
Yeah,
it's 5 minutes for a whole minute of just music. There's no, not even music, just a sound, or
yeah.
it's weird. But I get what you're saying. But too, I really like your title, Fresh Prince of R&B. I
Oh,
love that
thank you.
title. Like, who came up with that? Who, like, was it your team? Was it you? Like, were you ever called it by someone else?
Someone else said it to me. Someone else
Okay.
said it, and I'm when I remember who it is, I'm gonna write it down so I can make sure I never forget again. But they said it, and I actually think it was the producers, Milk and Sis, that we were. Yeah, they produced a record I have called "Empty for You,"
Okay.
and phenomenal. They're phenomenal, Grammy Award winning. Like they're amazing. But they said it, and I was like, yo, I like that. And my
Yeah.
biggest thing is like when people give titles, I've never wanted to give myself a title, only because for me, I feel like when you self-proclaim certain things, sometimes I do believe in manifestation, and sometimes you
Yeah.
just gotta this is what I am.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many people claiming to be so many things in the R&B space, in the male R&B space, that I was like, I'll put my even with the King of R&B debate came out, like I was
Yeah,
like,
that
I'm
was
not gonna say
huge.
nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing until people actually, throw me into the argument because I feel like sometimes you can put yourself somewhere. It's like you ain't supposed to be there. But I feel
Yeah.
like the Fresh Prince, it felt it felt natural and real, and I took it in
Yeah. It's just
because
right, I feel.
exactly because I'm like, first off, Tank is still alive, Joe is still out here singing, Keith Sweat, like there are people that are still out here
Yeah.
that are Maxwell, like John Legend. These
Yeah.
people
It
are
goes
alive
on and on the
and
list.
and
Yeah.
thriving. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah. And
they
still
still
doing it.
singing like they were when they were recording. So I'm like,
Yeah.
for someone to come in and say that they are, the king, I'm like, that's a heavy crown, man.
Yeah.
That's
That's Michael Jackson
that's
status. That's
you
like,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You even got Chris. I'm like, Chris is right there still. Like Chris Brown is a
Yeah.
is a real person, a real artist that is a monster. Like I'm like
Yeah.
you
He's
have
done
to
it.
completely dethrone him for me to be like, we might have a new king out here in these streets. So
No, definitely, I agree with you. But it's just such a dope, and I'm like you said, it's something new that hasn't been said before, which I really appreciate. Like you said, so many people say, "Oh, I'm the king of R&B, I'm the king." So it's cool you had a
yeah,
fresh take on it, which is really dope. But what's production wise? Well, not just production wise, I guess songwriting, engineering, production wise, or even feature wise. Who's on your bucket list that when you look back on your Wikipedia, on your discography,
yeah.
you need that on, you need them on there.
I definitely need a record with Pharrell. I feel like
Okay.
he's so eclectic and a monster.
Yes.
Him in the Dream. I just writing side, vocal production side. I have to do it. Like it really has to happen. And then I would say definitely Missy Elliott and SZA.
Okay.
I would
I could.
love to. I would love to because Missy's done a lot. Even I went back recently and I was listening to Fantasia's. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me because
Yeah,
Missy
the
did the
first album. Yeah.
backgrounds. So I'm literally listening to it. I'm just like, I just want to hear Missy Elliott sing these backgrounds,
Yes.
and I'm just
People don't
like,
realize it enough. It's
man,
crazy.
even
She
with
could sing.
she can sing. Tweet did
Yes.
a lot of the backgrounds on Solange's album "A Sit at the Table," and I'm
Yeah.
like, but that goes back to people that appreciate the fine tune of a record and the
Mm-hmm.
actual art of it. I'm like, I'm listening to this just for the ad libs,
And I had a
literally.
debate about someone on that, saying that wasn't Missy singing. I'm like, are
That
you?
is
It's her voice.
Missy
You could.
Elliott.
It's so
Yeah.
her. Like, what are you talking
And it's
about?
so good. It's so
So
good.
good.
It's so good. Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Dope, dope. Well, I want to do a little game, little rapid fire right away. So
Okay.
just this or that.
All right.
Let's see, Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Coca-Cola. I actually have an
Yes.
endorsement, a partnership, brand partnership with Fanta.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Perfect.
always
It's
Coca-Cola.
always go. Blondes or brunettes?
Ah, brunette.
Brunette. Okay.
Yeah,
Dressed down or dressed up?
dressed up
Dressed up.
always.
Dope, dope. Uh,
Even though I'm dressed down now, but you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm supposed to be dressed up. I'll be dressed up
Hey,
anyway.
we're basically in quarantine. It makes sense. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's that's it.
How about dine in or take out? Minus quarantine.
Dine in. I
Dine.
actually like I always dine in.
Okay. Dope, dope. How about go to the movies or go to a party?
Movies.
Movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Beyonce or Rihanna?
What kind of question is that? What's the
See, I
great?
have.
I'm. I'll. Only reason I'll say I'll go with just off of. See, I don't. Oh, wow. Let's just say Beyonce. I'll say
Yeah,
Beyonce.
Beyonce. Okay. How about Snickers or Kit Kat?
Kit Kat all the way.
Kit Kat.
All
Okay.
the way. It's like my favorite
Yes.
chocolate.
Me too. It's all
Like
Kit Kat
actually
all
the only
day.
chocolate I eat. Yeah.
Kit Kat's the best.
Yeah.
Christmas or New Year's?
New Year's.
New Year's. Okay.
Yeah.
And last one, Biggie or Tupac? See, I feel like that one switches for me every year. It's weird.
I'm gonna say Tupac. I'm gonna say
Tupac.
Tupac.
Okay. Okay. Dope. Dope. Well, to wrap up, because I know I don't want to take all your time up, and it's Sunday. But
Uh,
what's what's the plan for the rest of this year? Because like we don't really know what 2020 will bring, but
we,
and then what's your plans for 2021? So hopefully we everyone
yeah.
get back to the new normal and do
The
shows and
original
do stuff.
plan was to definitely drop an EP and probably drop an album by the summertime.
Yeah.
Had touring plans. Now I definitely feel I am gonna drop the EP still. I may change the name. I may not change the name. Just like you said, things are shifting so much right now. It's best to kind of be still and do some
Yeah.
social listening and plan and make sure everything's being done right. But I honestly cannot tell you the rest of the year because I don't know where the year goes. The industry really
Yeah.
shuts down in fourth quarter. Like, people start having holiday parties, but even seeing like my college, they actually canceled homecoming. And,
Dang.
pretty much every year, like colleges hit me up and I come and I do homecoming. But seeing
Yeah.
that, that means, and I could be wrong, but I feel like there are no concerts being had until 2021. Like, as
Yeah.
that's just like a thing in our country.
Makes me
So
so mad right now. It really like
it's
I go to
man,
at least 100 concerts a year, and
it's a terrible thing.
oh my God, I'm depressed. I got so many refunds.
Yeah.
It
Well,
breaks my heart.
that's the blessing. You got the money back. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I wouldn't even want the money back. Hold on to the money
I feel
and just
you.
reschedule for next year.
I'm
Because
just
I
trying to keep it
love,
positive.
yeah, but like that's how I feel. Like so many people,
Yeah.
like I need money. I'm like, well, I guess if you do need the money, yes. But if you
Yeah.
don't, and you want to hear the music in the next year, take my money. I'll wait.
Yeah.
Like I don't even care because I just love, you know,
Yeah.
concerts. It's just my
So
thing.
the plan really is to, just make sure that I'm doing the best that I can to make sure I'm being sensitive to what's going on.
Yeah.
As an artist, as a black man,
Hmm.
as a son, as a brother, like just trying to make sure that I'm using my voice for good. And also that I'm making the best decisions, not just for me, but for, me and my team holistically. And 2021, I'm hoping the world is semi, more than semi back to normal.
Yeah.
Like if it can't be all the way, like then close enough to like
Yeah.
98%.
75%. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Something.
Something high.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that it is so that, I can definitely get back on the road. I realized maybe 2 days ago, I literally said out loud to myself, I was like, damn, I miss actually singing on stage. Like I
Yeah.
like it's all right. I've had enough and I'm ready to do something. So that's my plan is to really just stay focused. I'm definitely still
Yeah.
creating content. Like I've shot a lot of YouTube content. I
Hmm.
do like a drunk cooking with Felixx segment because I cannot cook. So I was like, what better way to learn than
I know how
to,
you feel. I know how you feel.
hey, I have started some
Take out
fires.
all day.
Yeah, right. So I definitely still creating content. We're definitely sitting a lot of that on the shelf at the moment because we should and need to
Yeah.
and drive attention to. the Black Lives Matter movement and everything
Hmm.
that's going on right now. So, it's I'm around. We're
Okay.
creating.
Well, no, bro. I gotta wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Stay, keep going. Stay safe. Stay positive because it's the only thing that's really kind of
It is
getting
mental
us
health
through this.
is a big
Yeah.
thing right now. And I'm glad, I go to a therapist. I just feel like there's everybody can go and talk to somebody and unpack it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're crazy. It's just let's just
Yeah.
go have some conversation. If you would talk to your crazy wild friends, why not go talk to somebody that's a little better?
Exactly.
You know
They
what I'm
can actually
saying?
help you.
Exactly.
Like,
So I'm like, as all of my friends, I'm like, y'all need to be in therapy too. I ain't finna come ask you for advice when I can just, of course I do, but
exactly. Yeah.
no,
It's just
mental
different.
health is a big thing right now. It's a big thing right now, and I'm glad that people are paying more attention to it because I think the stigma behind it means, oh, you're quote unquote crazy or you're
Yeah.
unstable. It's like it's we're humans. We have emotions. We go through things,
Yeah.
and I've learned that trying to push it to the back, it's gonna come back to the front one day.
Yeah.
So it's
Sooner or
best
later. It
sooner or later.
always does.
It's always does, yes. So
Yeah. But no, bro, I can't wait to see a show. I can't wait. Hopefully meet you. If you come to
I'm with it.
Chicago, I come to
I have
Atlanta,
to.
definitely link up.
Chicago has been showing me so much love. Like even with my first major single, I was flown out. The first time my label actually flew me out
Okay.
was because my song "Thought" was trending in Chicago. So I
That's
was like,
awesome.
that's I've gotten a lot of love that I have not been able to tap into because I've only been to Chicago like twice.
Okay.
But I'm more than open and excited and willing to come out there and do something.
Yeah, no, but we definitely have to link and like I said, stay safe. Can't wait to hear the new music. And yeah, bro, just best of luck.
All
Appreciate
right,
you.
man. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Have a good
Take
Sunday,
care.
bro.
You too, man.
Okay, stay safe.